Hey, what's up, guys? K-Dog's Kennel coming at you with a rare video, but I figured I would do a predictions video for WWE's Money in the Bank pay-per-view or premium live event, as they're called now. Give me a freaking break. Slated for tomorrow, July 2nd, 2022. Not going to have time to do it tomorrow. I have a lot going on tomorrow. I've had a lot going on today with the channel. Got some Red Dead Redemption videos up on the channel. Started an Elden Ring playthrough. I've had a lot of people asking me about Elden Ring, and I said it was coming. It is now here. I'm going to be juggling, excuse me, Red Dead Redemption, and if I get a positive reaction, if you will, don't mind Karis walking across my camera. Hi, Karis. But if that gets some good feedback, there will be an Elden Ring playthrough, a full playthrough. Both of those playthroughs have the capability to be 100 or more videos because they're both humongous games. But tonight, will you stop, Karis? Tonight, I'm going to look at Money in the Bank. 6 matches from, I do have the card pulled up because I have not followed any of this stuff, guys. Today's pro wrestling, I can't get behind. I can't follow. It's just not what it was, and I understand that. I know it's been like that for years, but come on, man. Like, it's just obviously injury mania running wild right now. Will you stop, Garris? Stop trying to eat my stuff. Sorry, guys, my cat's trying to chew on my stuff. But so I'm going to go through these in really no ascending or descending order, just the order of the matches that Wikipedia has. Like I said, I have it up right now. Obviously, no Roman Reigns on the card. A lot of people thought it was going to be the match that Riddle and Roman had on SmackDown. Was it this past Friday or last Friday? Was going to be the main event here at Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank was supposed to be at Allegiant Stadium, but due to the low attendance, they moved it to the MGM Grand. So kind of weird. Had it been at Allegiant Stadium, would Roman and Riddle have taken place? Not really too sure. Roman Reigns set to face Brock Lesnar July 30th, 29 days at SummerSlam, last man standing. We'll talk about that. I talked about that in a Kennel Bit video. But let's get into the card. Again, no descending order, but going on first with the Raw Women's Championship, the champion Bianca Belair taking on Carmella. This is a this was supposed to be Belair and Rhea Ripley of the Judgment Day. Ripley apparently is injured. Not really sure what the status is of that. So Ripley gets replaced by Carmella. That being said, I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair. Had Ripley been in the match, I would actually say Rhea Ripley would have won the title. I think that in going forward with the Judgment Day, you shift Edge out, you put Finn Balor in as the new leader. I think Edge and Balor are headed for a collision course at SummerSlam. Yet to see when Edge will come back. I also talked about in a Kennel Bit about the Judgment Day, the Edge out, Balor in, how it's going to affect Edge coming back as a babyface, considering all Edge has done over the last 2 or 3 weeks, or even 4 weeks, however long Judgment Day was a thing before he got booted out. Is trash the fans, how we're sheep and we're mindless and we don't know how to make our own decisions and things like that. So it's really going to be curious on how that comes to play. But as I said, had Ripley been in the match, I would have picked Ripley. But because Carmella's in the match, I'm not a big fan of Carmella. I never have been. So yeah, I'm going to go with Bianca Belair. Moving on, SmackDown Women's Championship, the champion Ronda Rousey defending against Natalya. This is another one where I like Natalya. I really do. The daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I just don't think they know how to utilize her. And putting her in the ring against Natalya, Ronda's going to walk out with the belt. I can see Rousey making her submit to the armbar based on the fact that Natalya's been talking all about how the sharpshooter is the more dominant submission hold and all this crap. I think it's going to lead to a potential submission match at SummerSlam. Yet to see how that's going to play out, but I do think Ronda Rousey is going to retain. I don't think when Natalya's a babyface, they don't really know what to do with her But when she's a heel, they put her up against the champion just to feed her to the champion. So I'm not dissing her, not discrediting her. I just don't think WWE knows what to do with Natalya. Next up, women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Lacey Evans versus Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Asuka versus Shotzi versus Becky Lynch. Apparently, Aaliyah was supposed to be in this match. WWE was not impressed with the way her qualifying match went down, so they bumped her. And in this, honestly, I can see one of three people winning it, at least to make sense, and that being Lacey Evans, Liv Morgan, or Becky Lynch. Obviously, Lynch lost the title to Bianca at, was it Mania? Was it Mania? I think it was Mania, yeah. But anyway, so that would be nice to set that up. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go on a limb. They've been pushing Lacey Evans since the vignettes about her re-debut. Liv Morgan, I think, would be the underdog. I would love to see Liv Morgan win it, but I'm going to go on a whim, and I'm going to say Lacey Evans, just because they've been hyping her up, but it would not surprise me to see Becky Lynch walk out with it either. I think Liv Morgan's the dark horse. Liv is who I want to win, but for predictions purposes, I am going to go with Lacey Evans. Excuse me. Next up, United States Championship on the line, champion Austin Theory. They change all this stuff where they drop names is idiotic, but Theory is going to defend his title against Bobby Lashley. A lot of people think this is kind of a demotion, if you will. Bobby Lashley was like a main eventer. Now he's facing Theory. Honestly, I think Lashley's going to win the match, but not the title. A lot of people are thinking that Theory is going to face John Cena at SummerSlam. Don't know if that's going to be the case. Don't know how that's going to play out if it does. But again, I don't watch it enough to really comment too much on it, except in real life, Bobby Lashley would trounce the fuck out of Theory. End of story. But I think Lashley wins the match, but Theory will retain his title. Next up, Undisputed Tag Team Championship match. Champions, the Usos, taking on the Street Profits. Again, the Usos, what they need to do, especially this unification crap, get rid of the Raw belts, get rid of the red belts, get rid of the blue belts, create one set of tag belts, for crying out loud. This unification thing is just ridiculous. Don't like it, not been a fan of it, and I just don't think it's time. I think the Usos will lose before Roman will lose a title, but I just don't think the Street Profits are the team to do it. Now, I could be completely wrong in that, and it could be the Street Profits. Don't know. That's why they're going to have the match. Of course, it's probably already planned who wins already for them. But I'm saying the Usos just because I just don't think the Street Profits are the team to beat the Usos. Last, but certainly not least, since there is no Roman Reigns, Money in the Bank ladder match for the men. Winner gets a guaranteed championship match of his choosing. We have Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Seth Rollins. I hate the Seth freaking Rollins. I absolutely hate that. Versus Omos versus Sami Zayn versus Riddle versus one that is to be determined, which will probably be tonight on SmackDown. I have not seen anything for SmackDown or anything like that. But whoever it is, what I want and what's going to happen is probably two different things, but I'm going to go with Seth freaking Rollins. I think what he did with Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania, Backlash, Hell in a Cell, dropping all three of those matches to Cody Rhodes, Money in the Bank is going to be a nice consolation prize for Seth Rollins. Now, here's what I think. I think Rollins cashes in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam after the Last Man Standing match. I don't think he's going to win both belts, but I think for storyline purposes, Brock and Roman either battle to a draw, or Rollins does exactly what he did at WrestleMania 31, cashes in at the end of the match when both men are spent, tired, and exhausted, and cashes in and wins the title, taking the WWE Championship, leaving Roman with the Universal title, which will set up, potentially, Rhodes-Rollins. Now, whether that match is going to be at the Royal Rumble, or if you save it and have Cody win the Royal Rumble, have Seth Rollins hold the title until WrestleMania 39. You get Cody and Rollins at WrestleMania 39 for the WWE Championship. Now, my only problem with that is Cody beating Seth for a 4th time. Not saying it can't happen or anything like that. It would just be really odd to have one man in a feud go over every single time. But it's happened before. Look at Triple H and The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Taker won at WrestleMania 17. He won again at 27 and again at 28. It's not unheard of, but it would be rare, which would leave Roman to defend the Universal title against The Rock, which is what they're wanting to do. So that's my hope, is that Rollins wins the title, wins Money in the Bank, cashes in at SummerSlam to win the WWE title and hold it until dropping it to Cody, whether it be at the Royal Rumble or just have Cody Rhodes win the Rumble and then go after Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 39, excuse me. So, but there you go, guys. So, recapping Bianca Belair, Seth Rollins, Lacey Evans. That's my shock pick. Ronda Rousey, the Usos, and Bobby Lashley winning via countout or disqualification, but not winning the title. Let me know in the comments who you guys think is going to win these matches at Money in the Bank. Been a full day. This is like my 7th or 8th video I put up for you guys. Got more coming probably later on tonight or tomorrow. So anyway, guys, please subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Give this video a thumbs up. Keep in mind, at 100 subs, we will be doing a live stream Q&A, probably an hour and a half long type thing. So looking forward to doing that once we hit 100 subs. So thank you guys. Love you all. And I will catch you beautiful people in the next video. Enjoy Money in the Bank tomorrow night.